Technological development is an evolutionary process, and the Boeing P-26 Peashooter is a perfect example of this transition, marking the shift from the biplanes of World War I to the all-metal monoplane fighters that would dominate World War II. In December 1941, over the Pacific skies, the Boeing P-26, America's first all-metal monoplane fighters, scrambled to defend against an advancing enemy. These planes, with their distinctive open cockpits and fixed landing gear, faced off against the swift and agile Japanese Zeros. Dubbed the Peashooter for its compact but innovative design, this aircraft combined agility and speed. In the chaos of dogfights, the Peashooter's pilots exploited every bit of their aircraft's agility and toughness, challenging the technologically superior Zeros. This underdog battled for survival, leaving behind a legacy of determination and bravery in the face of overwhelming odds. During the post-war, military aviation evolved rapidly. The war proved the value of aircraft in combat, primarily utilizing versatile but technically limited biplanes. These aircraft, characterized by their double-wing structures, provided stability and lift, but at the cost of speed and maneuverability. Biplanes like the Sopwith Camel and the Fokker DR-1 dominated the skies. Their structures, mainly made of wood and fabric, were easy to construct and repair, but struggled in combat due to their lack of armor. Furthermore, as engine technology advanced, the need for faster, more agile aircraft became essential. Thus, the limitations of biplanes became more apparent than ever before. Aerodynamics and engine design began to favor monoplanes, which offered a sleeker, more aerodynamically efficient profile. The development of metal fuselages was another milestone that allowed new aircraft to withstand more significant structural stresses and achieve higher speeds. Recognizing these advancements, the U.S. Army Air Corps began to seek a modern fighter that could outperform existing biplanes in speed, service ceilings, and armament. This need for modernization was the critical driver behind the development of the Boeing P-26 Peashooter, which promised a leap forward in every aspect of fighter capability. In the interwar period, Boeing Aviation, born in 1916 by the hand of William Edward Boeing, established itself as a pioneer in aviation technology, setting the stage for the revolutionary P-26 Peashooter. Boeing's journey took a significant leap with the Boeing Model 15, one of its early all-metal aircraft employing a steel tube fuselage and wooden wings. This model marked the company's initial venture into designing tough fighters that combined durability with enhanced performance capabilities, laying the groundwork for future innovations in military aircraft. After earning a contract for the Model 15, now dubbed the PW-9, Boeing continued developing the Model 83 in 1928, a bolted aluminum aircraft that was more compact and powered by a 450-horsepower Pratt & Whitney Wasp air-cooled radial engine. Despite the success of this biplane, which entered service with the Army as the P-12 and with the Navy as the F-4B, Boeing knew the days of biplanes were counted and launched preliminary studies for a monoplane design. 3 monoplane designs were presented to the armed forces, with the third, the XP-9, being the most promising. Although more powerful than the P-12, it was unreliable, leading to the Model 200 monomail. Emerging in 1930, the monomail represented another innovation in Boeing's aircraft lineup. Designed primarily as a high-speed mailplane, the monomail leveraged Boeing's extensive experience in the airline industry acquired during the 1920s. This cantilevered low-wing monoplane, featuring an aluminum monocoque fuselage and retractable landing gear, paved the way not just for the future successful lineage of the company's airliners, but also for a new fighter aircraft that would define the U.S. Army Air Corps, the Peashooter. In 1931, Boeing provided the Army Air Corps with a twin-engined bomber based on the monomail, dubbing it B-9, giving way to the long lineage of Boeing bombers that would serve America in every major conflict of the 20th century. That year, Boeing also began another joint project with the Army Air Corps to produce a next-generation all-metal monoplane fighter to make the most out of the latest advancements in aerodynamics and metal construction. Following the relative success of Boeing's earlier aircraft models, and driven by the Army's specifications for a more modern and capable fighter, the P-936 project was initiated, defining the need for higher speed, enhanced maneuverability, and improved altitude capabilities compared to previous fighters. The Army Air Corps' active involvement provided Boeing with valuable feedback during the development process, helping to refine the aircraft's design. As such, the P-936 introduced several innovative features, setting it apart from its predecessors. It was the first American fighter with an all-metal monocoque fuselage, significantly reducing weight while increasing structural strength. However, the decision to retain fixed landing gear and external bracing was a compromise between adopting new technologies and maintaining proven reliability and ease of maintenance, as manually operated retractable landing gears were prone to failure. Regarding aerodynamic enhancements, the P-936's low-wing design was a critical aspect of its improved performance, offering better visibility and reducing drag, which enhanced its agility and speed. The integration of a new NACA cowling around the Pratt & Whitney R1340 radial engine helped streamline the aircraft, reducing parasitic drag and allowing for a top speed of 234 miles per hour. Another feature that turned to the past was the decision to opt for an open cockpit instead of an enclosed canopy, which was considered restricting and even led to optical distortion. Initial flight tests revealed several issues with stability and control, particularly at higher speeds. These challenges led to several modifications, including adjustments to the tail surfaces and the introduction of flaps to improve lift during takeoff and landing. Each round of testing brought valuable insights, allowing Boeing engineers to fine-tune the P-26's design. In the rigorous process of bringing the Boeing P-26 to life, a critical design revision was catalyzed by tragedy. During a routine landing, one of the P-26 prototypes disastrously flipped onto its back, resulting in a fatal injury for the test pilot. This incident highlighted the vulnerabilities inherent in the low-wing design of the P-26, which, unlike the protective upper wing of previous biplanes, exposed pilots to more significant risks during accidents. Boeing engineers reconfigured the pilot's headrest, raising it by 8 inches and reinforcing it internally, akin to the roll bar in race cars. This modification enhanced pilot safety and gave the P-26 its unique humpback silhouette, which became one of the aircraft's most recognizable features. The Peashooter was officially ordered into production in January 1933 as the design took its final shape. Despite its advanced features over earlier models, the P-26's introduction received mixed reactions. Its nickname, Peashooter, initially born out of disdain, referred to the distinctive blast tubes of its 2 internally mounted machine guns. Many pilots, still favoring the handling characteristics of the biplanes, were initially skeptical of the new monoplane's flying attributes. The Peashooter was a compact powerhouse, measuring 23 feet 7 inches long, with a wingspan of 28 feet. It had an empty weight of 2,271 pounds and a loaded weight slightly exceeding 3,000 pounds. Armed with 2 synchronized machine guns mounted on the cockpit floor, it was a formidable presence in the skies. Armament generally comprised 2 .30 caliber Browning machine guns or 1 .30 caliber coupled with a 50 caliber machine gun. Additionally, the Peashooter could carry up to 200 pounds of bombs under the fuselage, ready for deployment in combat. In addition to its technological advancements, the Boeing P-26 Peashooter was notable for its vivid and distinctive paint schemes, reflecting operational utility and decoration of early military aviation spirit. The standard painting for Army aircraft of the era included chrome yellow wings and tail, paired with a blue fuselage to create a striking contrast. This made the aircraft more visible during maneuvers and from the ground, and distinguished different units within the Army Air Corps. The rudder of the P-26 bore a patriotic pattern, a blue vertical stripe on the leading edge, flanked by 13 horizontal alternating red and white stripes representing the original U.S. colonies. This added to the visual flair and had practical implications for identification during flight. Between 1933 and 34, the Air Corps acquired 139 Peashooters, including the 3 prototypes. The primary batch consisted of 111 P-26As. The subsequent series, designated P-26Bs, was intended to include a fuel-injected version of the Wasp engine to boost performance at high altitudes. However, due to limited availability, only 3 were initially equipped with the new engines, with the remaining 22 completed as P-26Cs, fitted with the carbureted engines of the P-26As, but designed for easy upgrading. As the first American all-metal monoplane fighter, the P-26 was stationed in the continental United States and in overseas territories such as the Philippines, where it became one of the earliest lines of defense as tensions escalated in the Pacific against the Empire of Japan. The P-26s were among the first U.S. aircraft to engage with the invading Japanese forces following the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Despite being outclassed by more modern Japanese fighters like the Mitsubishi A6M0, the brave pilots of the P-26s managed to conduct several defensive sorties during the initial phases of the Japanese invasion. One notable engagement involved a group of P-26s intercepting a formation of Japanese bombers targeting American positions. Pilots, employing hit-and-run tactics, leveraged the Peashooter's maneuverability and the strategic advantage of local knowledge to disrupt the bombers and mitigate the damage to American ground forces. As the war progressed, the P-26 quickly became obsolete due to advancing technology and was replaced by more capable fighters. However, its role in the early days of the Pacific Theater provided critical data that influenced the development of subsequent American fighter aircraft that were faster and more heavily armed. While Boeing's P-26 Peashooter marked a significant advancement for U.S. military aviation, it was part of a global wave of innovative fighter designs that ultimately left the American monoplane behind regarding technology, design, and performance. For instance, the Soviet I-16 emerged as a pioneering aircraft with its low-wing cantilever monoplane design and retractable landing gear, offering excellent maneuverability and speed that challenged the fixed-gear Peashooter. However, the Peashooter maintained a competitive edge with its higher service ceiling and superior pilot visibility. By 1935, roughly 3 years after the Peashooter's introduction, the innovative American Curtiss P-36 Hawk was introduced, packing more powerful engines, retractable landing gear, and a more advanced and sleek airframe design with an enclosed cockpit, features the Peashooter lacked. Both aircraft carried similar armament, yet the P-36's modern design enhancements made it more adaptable in diverse combat scenarios, showcasing the swift technological advancements in aviation. During the same period, across the Atlantic, the British Hawker Hurricane and German Messerschmitt Bf 109 emerged as iconic aircraft that would redefine air combat in World War II. The Hurricane, renowned for its robust construction, heavier armament, and fully enclosed cockpit, gained fame during the Battle of Britain, offering superior firepower, pilot protection, and multi-role capabilities that quickly rendered the Peashooter obsolete. Meanwhile, the Bf 109, with its all-metal monocoque construction, exceptional speed, agility, and advanced features, outclassed most of its contemporaries, including the P-26, and set new standards for fighter aircraft throughout the conflict. While the Boeing P-26A Peashooter was a step forward for American aviation, examining its early contemporaries like the Zero, I-16, P-36, Hurricane, and Bf 109 highlighted a period of intense innovation and varied approaches to aircraft design. This era prompted the rapid obsolescence of designs like the Peashooter as nations strove to achieve aerial superiority with increasingly advanced fighters. Nonetheless, the Peashooter left behind a lasting legacy, characterized not just by its innovative design, but also by its role as a bridge between the biplanes of World War I and the advanced monoplane fighters of World War II. It underscored the rapid pace of technological advancements in aviation, setting the stage for future developments that would dramatically change the landscape of aerial combat. The Peashooter is remembered as a pioneer for being the first to blend speed, metal construction, and monoplane design in a time of biplanes and fabric coverings.